As you drive Highway 101 north of San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge, 400 miles of California's coastline unfurls, gradually revealing hundreds of natural attractions and magnificent viewpoints. Nature's beauty is the main attraction, and if your heart doesn't race at the sight of craggy bluffs, raging waves and colossal redwood forests, you have missed the point of the Northern California's coast. The Golden Gate Suspension Bridge that connects San Francisco with Marin County has long amazed sightseers with its simple but powerful Art Deco design. After 4 years of construction and at the cost of $35 million, it was inaugurated in 1937 by President Roosevelt. Its 2-mile span and 750-foot towers were built to withstand winds of more than 100 miles an hour.
It's one of the most beautiful bridges, and I think it's amazing that they have built this one about 70 years ago, and it hasn't changed since. It is the pride of San Francisco and also the California, one of the most beautiful bridges in the world.
Both sides of the bridge, the view is beautiful. On the northern side is the touching Lone Sailor Memorial, dedicated to everyone who has ever sailed out of the Golden Gate in the service of their country. The Pacific fog is almost a part of the bridge, and its great mass can suddenly appear from the ocean and slowly but inexorably engulf the whole coast and bay, boats included. It is therefore better to move east, inland, into the Napa and Sonoma counties. This famous wine production area, which was identified at the end of the 19th century, is now famed around the world. This is the Matanza Creek Winery, near Santa Rosa, whose characteristics are a Japanese style, perfect organisation and an absolute cleanliness. The Californian weather forecast reports clear sky 200 miles north on the Redwood Country coast, a good opportunity to visit the magnificent Humboldt Redwood State Park. Redwoods are taller than any other living thing. They can live over 2,000 years and withstand most fires, floods, and insects. At the park's north exit, we are back to the coast, near the Oregon border, with excellent weather to admire the stunning views of the Pacific coast, near the windy Patrick Point. At this latitude, it is sufficient to move a few miles east from the coast to find alpine forests. Suddenly, the atmosphere changed. The visibility decreased, the sun darkened, and the forest showed the horrible wounds caused by its most deadly enemy, fire. Only smoke and ash is what is left of thousands of hectares of beautiful woodland. It is now time to move eastward into pure volcanic territory.
Yeah, you guys have really enjoyed the park. Well, here you are today. You're going to go in the Loomis Museum. This is a special building that was built by Benjamin Franklin Loomis. He owned 40 acres here. He built this building as a museum and as a visitor center. He built that house over there. That was actually his house. He lived in it. And he built the seismograph, and then he donated it all to the National Park Service.
In 1914, Lassen Peak suddenly came to life in the first of 300 eruptions to occur over the next 7 years. The molten rock overflowed from the crater and formed a huge volcanic landscape. Along Bumpass Hell Trail, a scenic 3 miles round trip, visitors can view boiling springs, hissing steam vents and mud pots up close. We are near the Oregon border, where the Burney Creek wells up from the ground and divides into 2 falls that cascade over a 129-foot cliff into a pool below. Thousands of rivulets issue through the porous rock, giving the falls a feathery, enchanted appeal. This northern area of California is truly alpine and is dominated by the 14,162-foot high dormant volcano Mount Shasta. After a good dinner in a romantic old rail car, converted into a cozy restaurant, let's move south towards Chico. Here in 1868, the very wealthy Bidwell family built a superb Italian-style 3-story mansion with 26 rooms.
I like Bidwell Mansion because it teaches us about the Bidwells and all of the significant contributions they made to the Chico area, like founding Chico and bringing California State University Chico to the area, and lots of trees. It's a beautiful place because of John. It's really good for old pianos to replace.
Bidwell Mansion was equipped with the most modern facilities of the time and was filled with Victorian furniture, ready to offer gracious hospitality and entertainment to important guests, such as President Hayes and his wife, General Sherman, and many others. Crossing the historic Sacramento River in Redding and admiring the stunning Sundial Bridge, designed by the Spanish architect Santiago Calatrava, the 2,000-mile long tour ends up back in San Francisco.